Bill asks, what kind of investments to put in your taxable accounts? All right, so let's dive into this. Bill, good question. Bill, here's my question. You have multiple videos which you warn about using mutual funds and taxable accounts, and you advise ETFs instead. When I look at the after-tax numbers on, for instance, the Vanguard Total Stock Index vis-a-vis the Vanguard Total Stock Index ETF, I don't see much difference. I know I have to be missing something, but I don't know what. Yeah, you're not missing anything. ETFs and index funds, I would equate. I hate to say ETFs. The Vanguard ETFs, the Schwab ETFs, the index funds. Vanguard is what I'm familiar with. I don't know about Schwab. I'm assuming it's the same thing. But don't assume nothing because you'll make an ass out of you and me. And I don't want to be an ass. Anyway, so at the end of the day, though, if you have ETFs, I'm synonymous with index investments. VTI comes to mind. VTV, VOO. Those are index ETFs. That's going to have the same tax benefits as an index mutual fund. All right, so an index mutual fund. Well, let's just look at the Vanguard stuff. One sec. The latest final estimated year-end distributions for Vanguard. So we'll open up the PDF. Fenny, no. It's a bark-free zone, doggy. No. How dare somebody walk down the street? All right, so let's look at this here. So we're going to see stock and balance funds. So here's the S&P 500, for instance. There's nothing. There's no distribution. All right, so in terms of capital gain. So what's happening here is percent of estimated capital gains, nothing. I hope that makes sense. Net income available, well, they're going to have a dividend of about 1.71 per share, it looks like, of which 99% is a qualified dividend. So it'll be taxed much more favorably than ordinary income. That's for sure. So this is ideal in a stock in a taxable account. VTI, or in this case, VFIAX. That's their Admiral S&P 500. No capital gain distribution. 99% of the dividends are qualified. This is perfect, man. So if you have less than 108,000 gross income and you're married, filing jointly, you can't shake a stick at this, man, because there's no taxable gains to you whatsoever. It depends on how much is in there, but for the most part, there won't be any taxable gains. Now, let's go down to the capital opportunity, I think. Yeah, right here. So here's capital opportunity, a great fund. 1.9% is taxable as long-term cap as well. Yeah, the bulk is 9% of the fund is going to be distributed as a long-term capital gain. So essentially, for every $100,000 you have of the share of the holdings, you're going to get $9,000 that you have to pay taxes on as long-term capital gain. Now, they also have a small dividend, of which 100% is QDI. Actually, let's look at the real estate. I don't know what the real estate is. But anyway, so that's the difference. So we just talked about S&P 500, nothing. That's an index fund. Capital Opportunity is not an index fund, it's an actively managed fund. Now, I also own the dividend growth fund right here. 3.63% is coming to me as a long-term capital gain, but I own this in a Roth, so it doesn't matter. But if you own this outside of in a brokerage account, you'd have some taxes you have to declare, or income you have to declare. Let's look at the REIT. I don't know what the REIT's doing. I haven't looked at this, so let's just take a gander. Should we gander? Gander with me, my friends. And here's Wellesley. Look at that. No capital gain distribution. Small amount of dividends, but the dividends, less than half is QDI. That's interesting. Oh, that's a global Wellesley fund. Excuse me, never mind. A global Wellington fund. Healthcare funds, 6.5% is long-term capital gain. But again, the index funds, here's the index Admiral, nothing. Growth in income, 12.68% is dividend, is going to be long-term capital gains. Look at that. It's nuts. But the index fund, nothing. So again, why would you have the growth and income fund inside your taxable account? No, you want your growth and income fund in your IRA or a Roth, but you want the index 500 or the S&P 500 or the VTI, the total stock index, in your taxable account because there's no capital gain distributions. But I've been always forgetting to see what the real estate index does. So let's see right here. Interesting. Real estate index, because it's nothing, because it's an index fund. Look at that. No capital gain. Here's Prime Cap. All right, so good. Prime Cap runs the same, at least it used to be, the same people run Capital Opportunity was Prime Cap. I imagine it still is. Interesting. So there's a real estate, nothing. And none of their dividends are QDI. 0% of their dividends are QDI. So that means taxable is ordinary income, if memory serves. Qualified dividends, I can't remember. I think it is. I think regular non-qualified dividends, I think, are taxed as ordinary income. So you don't want a lot of real estate if you're getting big dividend payouts in your taxable account either. You'd rather have that in your Roth for sure. I think that's interesting. I did not know the 100% was taxes or as regular dividends. That's interesting. So let's go to the total stock index here. Let's see. Total stock index right here. Yeah, right here. VTS, VSAX again. 46 cents dividend, of which 98% is QDI. No taxes on long-term capital gains. I mean, you just can't shake a stick at that. So that's it, man. Here's a value index, which I own. I own the ETF, but look, again, no long-term capital gains. So for tax benefits, you want index funds in your brokerage account and active funds in your IRAs and Roth IRAs. Hope that helps. Love to hear your thoughts. Thanks now.